Ladies and gentlemen, we have got some really bombshell news. And if President Trump doesn't do something about this, and if Sessions doesn't do something about this right now, for the first time, I am going to start getting very, very critical of Trump. And I don't know what I'm going to do, because he's so good on trying to get the economy going, on trying to get small business loans going, on getting small businesses to invest in the stock market to drive it up now almost $3 trillion, in exposing political correctness, in defending Christianity, in fighting radical Islam, in promoting Americana, in signing an executive order to not fine families $5,000 for not having Obamacare. I mean, so many good things, turning all our coal power plants back on, letting our coal miners get back to work. We have the best, cleanest coal in the world. He's doing so much good when it comes to actually serving the people and dismantling globalism and transferring industry and jobs and humanity back to the people, not handouts to control them. But then he won't do anything other than tweet, and the media bullies that and acts like it's wrong that he fight back against lies and act like it's weird when he exposes them. But what I'm about to get to, it's worse than we thought. We knew the Justice Department got caught in Florida with Justice Department high-level operatives in emails on the ground trying to cause riots and trying to stir up the Trayvon Martin tragedy to create the whole racial division that we now saw peak in the last year. But ladies and gentlemen, Fox News is reporting, and they've got the documents. This is so illegal. Obama transferred billions of dollars through Eric Holder and the Department of Justice. We're getting the video report right now. Post this video report to Infowars.com right now, guys. Infowars.com. Post it to our site. Tweet it out right now. Obama DOJ funded billions to liberal activist groups. We're going to play this clip in a moment. Billions of dollars. That is so illegal to have the Justice Department give money to groups secretly, period, political groups, to have the government funding its own party, the party in power funding its own party, and then to give it to activist groups that are running around saying kill cops and overthrow government. This is the government forming sedition against local and state governments to cause a civil war. And it ties in with everything I covered yesterday. Holder foretells the return of Obama. He's coming, and he's ready to roll. This is announced in Politico, the New York Times, you name it, like he's God. Obama's goal to oust Trump from presidency via impeachment or resignation. Mounting insurgency. Paul Joseph Watson quotes the Daily Mail reports and the New York Times, with them admitting they leaked the intelligence documents, with them admitting they gave the New York Times the made-up Russia dossier stuff with some real leaked illegal intelligence in there, confirming what Trump said weeks ago, that he believes it's Obama leaking the illegal information. Well, now it's admitted, and that's illegal as well. They're completely committing crimes, doing whatever they want, and Sessions has recused himself from the made-up Russia investigation, so he can't expose the real crime of the leaks. And a prosecutor appointed by Obama, who's anti-Trump, is going to lead it now. Can you believe that? Trump is allowing himself to be absolutely encircled because he's a businessman. He understands how it works. He's trying to flood you with prosperity so that you'll get off the poison tit of the New World Order. But it's going to be too little too late if they've picked off his whole cabinet and are moving forward to kill him or impeach him, as the former president admits he wants to do. Whoa. The Obama administration funneled billions of dollars to activist organizations through a Department of Justice slush fund scheme. And of course, he just exposed they had a slush fund of 100-something billion, 180-something billion of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac they stole for Obamacare and actually gave to select corporations that were over it. I mean, this is incredible. It's clear partisan politics played a role in the illicit how about illegal, that were made. Representative John Ratcliffe of Texas told Fox News the DOJ is the last place this should have occurred. Wow. But it's so criminal, they're even timid about it, see? You wonder why the globalists are so arrogant. They've already committed so many crimes. They've already gotten away with so much. They think they can push the American people and Trump and everybody else around. They can meet with the Russian ambassador and do all they want, but if anybody with Trump does, it's the end of the world. They just do whatever they want because nobody has ever knocked them on their ass politically. They're like the punk bully in some small town that's been beating up kids half his age for 6, 7 years, and then finally somebody gets off at the bus stop to visit grandma, and the bully comes over and punches him in the face, and the bully 2 seconds later has got their head bouncing up and down off the concrete. That's the metaphor. I don't literally mean bash Nancy Pelosi's head in the ground. The point is that all these arrogant people are writing political checks they can't cash. If we simply stand up to them, I am blown away right now. My head is spinning. Huckabee's come out and railed. He says it's worse than a Mafia shakedown. Absolutely. Good job, Huckabee, saying it's criminal. Man, this is unbelievable. Trump, I love you to death. And I'm sure you know what you're doing, man. You're smarter than I am in many ways, but let me tell you something. Justice be done, may the heavens fall. We need you to pull the trigger. We have the clip. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the biggest thing. And I keep saying every few days this is the biggest thing ever. But when it comes to corruption, I'm not getting chills right now. I feel hot, like I'm on fire. I'm in absolute kick-ass mode. I mean, I am on fire with this. The indignation here. I mean, this is unbelievable. Whoa. Every hair in my body just stood up on end. Let's go to the clip. Go ahead and go to it.
Well, somebody ought to go to prison for this. I mean, this is worse than a Mafia shakedown, because at least if the Mafia shakes you down for protection, your store doesn't burn down. But this is a case where the liberals have played Robin Hood.
By the way, hit pause. Rewind it. The transcript of Huckabee is another article. I didn't even know Huckabee came out and said somebody should go to jail for this. Because that's exactly, folks, this is open and shut, illegally transferred money by the billions. It was worse. It wasn't just Soros. It was them the whole time. The Obama saying, let's have racial unity, while he was pushing all the Black Lives Matter groups and the rest of it, and cops getting killed everywhere. And the Strong Cities Initiative with the UN, they thought they were going to have some, uprising of the minorities once Hillary got in, and a big race war, and that the feds would come in and he'd be the new Lincoln and they'd secure order. It didn't happen like that. Trump's in now, but they're going ahead with their whole program despite that. And Obama's moved in down the street and says, well, they don't even say in the New York Times. Turns out Trump's right. Obama is behind the plan to overthrow him. There's a new survey out. 98% of news coverage is anti-Trump when it's mainstream, yeah. But then they have CNN say on Monday, we never have any biases. We don't root for a president. These people think we're idiots. I mean, it's incredible. They're delusional. They've lost control of themselves and everything else. But what's dangerous is they don't get it. It's like a chemistry reaction when you pour two things together or 3 things together and they blow up. This is so dangerous. And Huckabee absolutely gets it. I mean, I know the federal law. I know. Bush almost got indicted for just, money being transferred to the media to put out pro-drug reform ads. This is directly to activists to go burn stuff down. Findings spearheaded by the Judiciary Committee point to a process shrouded in secrecy whereby monies were distributed to a labyrinth of nonprofit organizations involved with grassroots activism. And remember, they wouldn't give one 501c3 in the last 4 years of Obama's administration to a conservative or libertarian or veteran or gun group. But all to their groups, they gave it. There is and then they give them the money. There is a recent effort by the Republicans to eliminate the practice, arrest their ass, which many believe was widely abused during the Obama administration. With big banks who are being sued by the government for discrimination or mortgage abuse, they can settle the cases by donating to third-party non-activists. but they call them, non-activist victims. The settlements do not specify how the third-party groups could use the windfall. So far, investigators have found and accounted for $3 billion paid to non-victim entities. Critics say banks are incentivized to donate the funds to nonprofits rather than giving it to customers. Yeah, Goldman Sachs and J.P. Morgan are the biggest funders of Black Lives Matter. Google it, and Facebook and Twitter, because they're the big mega banks and big mega tech overthrowing our country. They're the globalists. They're the global power pointing at the Russians that can hardly get up on their knees and saying they're running America and running Trump. Baloney. Skip the break. I mean, I knew Black Lives Matter got $100 million this year from the foundations. Those are tax-exempt globalist groups. Wow. So Obama admits he wants to overthrow Trump. Does the media say, wow, Trump was right last week when he said that? Oh, no, he's still wrong. We're going to bring David Nine in here right now. You can go ahead and bring his chair and get his mic up. I'm going to go ahead and just take a pause just for a minute. It's just so outrageous that if we don't finally do something about these people, if they don't start going to jail, if some political heads don't start rolling, they're going to set the precedent to do anything, and their minions are already emboldened, where the outgoing head of the CIA, 3 days before the president is sworn in, says, you ought to watch your mouth. You better watch your mouth to the president of the United States. What type of crazy, out of control, arrogant loon does that? But see, he's got the big banks and all the elites and the foreign governments and the Republican establishment and the Democratic establishment, and all these scumbags get together in their traitorous councils, and they believe that they can do anything together because they see Trump as isolated. He's not isolated, scumbags. Let that be a warning to you. The American people and the military and most of the intelligence agencies and most of the people in the FBI and other groups know now that they've got to choose a side, that the globalists are about austerity, they are about sexual exploitation of children, they are about all these forms of corruption and weirdness and just bad for business, bad for prosperity, and men who aren't even perfect but have some humanity left must absolutely go after these people. People are like, well, they're dangerous. They're a mafia. They kill people. Look, they're killing all the Russians. You know what? At some point, people got to stand up around here. This is the battle for the Republic. Our men will go and fight and die most of the time just so globalist corporations can come in. We go take Iraq out. The Chinese and the French get all the oil. And then they blame us and say we did it for the oil. We did it for globalism. And to take down that country for Saudi Arabia. I'm not against the troops that were manipulated into that war. They followed orders. It's the globalists that did that. But I'm Machiavellian enough to go read their own documents to know what they're doing. This isn't my opinion. They think you're so stupid. They admit it all. Let's get that out right now. The globalists are public. Wesley Clark, 10 years ago, in 2 different speeches, who was the head of NATO at the time, he just had retired, went public and said there's a plan to topple these countries and then destabilize Europe and flood everybody, and it's not a good idea. And Wesley Clark's no goody two-shoes. These plans are so diabolical, so evil, that even corrupt people don't want to be part of it because they're like, we already rule the world. We're already going to get all the life extension. Why would we want to do this? Well, you're just not twisted enough like the globalists to get their full plan. Their spirit, their God demands they do all this before they get empowered. Now, listen, I only plugged for like 30 seconds last hour. I skipped these breaks, you name it, because I'm so hot on the subjects. But I need your support. We've got great products, great water filtration, great non-GMO heirloom seeds, great nutraceuticals, great supplements, great Patriot apparel to spread the word and meet like-minded people. The very best reusable air filtration masks are in as well, and so much more at InfoWarsStore.com or InfoWarsLife.com. Now, we just ended the big mega sale, but we got a lot of other new sales that are going as well. We did sell out of all the Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump lithographs. Those are gone. We're about to sell out of the Tennessee firearms, lowers for M4s, the very best out there, laser etched with Republic Reborn, 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. There are only a couple hundred left of those of the 1 out of 1,000. It is a collector's item. Again, you drill this out. This is your heirloom. This is for you. That's how you legally have it. We have the ATF letter there. Still check your local laws. It's all there, InfoWarsStore.com. Or call toll-free, 888-253-3139. Those are about to be sold out at InfoWarsStore.com. But so you can make your own hobby, ghost gun, as they call them, that is yours, and not in the system, so things go south, they can confiscate. And I'm not trying to scare people, but you now see how high the stakes are. If we don't defeat the globalists now and really turn the tide, there's going to be a hot war period that they're starting. They're coming after us, where it's going to get very, very bad before it gets better. But we have the momentum. Humanity now knows who the enemy is, so no matter what they do, they're still going to be defeated. People now are aware of the government above the government. They're aware of the elites. They're aware of the TPP. Trump just killed it. All over the world, people are saying no to the globalists. I know you know that, but everyone must understand this is a super legendary, historical, epic, game-changing crossroads, fulcrum of humanity's destiny that we now stand in the middle of. This is legend. Be part of it. We're looking for good men and women who do love God, who want to be strong and want to stand for what's right, and whose spirits burn to stand against this evil. Like a caller said a few days ago, Trump is like a lighthouse in a hurricane with ships trying to come in, and the enemy's trying to blow that light out. Trump's not perfect. I'm not perfect, but he's real. He's done so many good things. The enemy is throwing everything they can against him. Pray for President Trump. Pray for InfoWars. Pray for the free press. The Vanguard, the Cutting Edge, Drudge Report, InfoWars, Tip of the Spear. Pray for my family. Pray for me. I say that selfishly because I want to carry out this mission, and I know the power is in your prayer to God. Pray for our crew. We're praying for you, and I'm praying for justice. Get Living Defense, Parasite Cleanse, 50% off at InfoWarsLife.com. When you get the promo code by signing up for our free newsletter, we're sending out the promo code today at 4 o'clock, 50% off Living Defense, Parasite Cleanse. Also, again, we're selling out of those lowers, and that'll be it for that one-of-a-kind design. We have a lot of other great things at InfoWarsStore.com, and we have the new shirt. Trump Pence 2020, Infowars.com on the back. America First in 1776, keeping America great. That's going to be the new hit shirt. People love it. We're selling a lot of them. They're $9.95. We need that $4 or so we make to fund the operation. Order it. Give it to friends. Give it to family. Don't wait. InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. And, you know, Owen's coming in here, but we can have a roundtable discussion and just keep you in here with us. But I want him to be able to focus on this because I don't want you to just have 3 minutes, David. I drug you in here because you were making some really great points. You were hot in the hall. And David don't usually get hot, but everybody's hot right now because you can feel the battle really heating right up to the next level. They're, as I said months ago, they're just trying to demonize Trump as a Russian agent before they blow him up. They'll drop a bomb on the White House, folks. These people are crazed demons, crazed criminals. They're not going to back off. We'll get to the latest that you wanted to cover when we come back in the next segment with Owen and then get into his story of dehumanization. But you've got some key intel that ties into all this, you know, on the claims that he's meeting with the Russians and he's bad. But what do you just make of $3 billion through the big banks, through the Justice Department, fenced, given to all the Black Lives Matter groups? We knew the Justice Department was running it, but wow, funding it. This is illegal.
Well, you know, Alex, we've seen Eric Holder's Justice Department say that they're not going to prosecute the Black Panthers who were threatening people with baseball bats.
New Black Panthers.
Yeah, the new Black Panthers. Just recently with the Obama election. Oh, we're not going to do that. You're going to stand there at a polling place and threaten people who are white to come in there, and you're not going to prosecute that. So we knew where they were. We knew this kind of stuff was going on. And, Alex, I got to say, too, as we see these continuing revelations coming out, where do they always start? The stuff about Flynn, the stuff about Sessions, all these accusations about Russia. This looks like Watergate, doesn't it? It's coming from the Washington Post. The people who have a connection now in the CIA, open financial connection.
600 million.
Exactly. 600 million we have.
And that's what we know about. Yeah. $3 billion to the commies you see running around the streets everywhere. They're all paid for.
That's right.
They all think like little punk college kids that they're about to take over and actually rule us. That's why they're on power trips. They tell me, we're taking over, we're going to kill everybody. No, you're not, dumbass. You better hope we take this thing back peacefully. You little punks are looking for a fight. You don't have any idea. Go ahead.
Well, you know, we've got with the Washington Post, Jeff Bezos buys it for $250 million, and immediately he gets a $600 million contract with the CIA to run their data services, and dwarfs what he just paid for the Washington Post. And where do all these leaks from the surveillance state attacking the Trump administration?
Illegal leaks.
Exactly.
And Trump said it was Obama. The media said he was insane. And then he's in the New York Times yesterday at Obama admitting he did it. Because they know Trump's going to bring it out, so they hide it in plain view.
It's Watergate all over.
Trump's been absolutely on target.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at Trump, but he needs to go on offense now. I mean, you know, it's his duty.
Right. That's right. And so we're going to talk about when we come back briefly. I want to talk about McCain. Why isn't anybody looking at John McCain, the fact that he just had another secret meeting with ISIS rebels, okay? This is in...
He did not the one 4 years ago. Not the one two. He just went back to meet with the opposition of our military, and we believe from the intel he's the one that leaked the Yemen raid to make Trump look bad.
Exactly.
Let me tell you, Trump, take the gloves off. The American people are going to back you 100%. These are inside traitors. These are seditious. These are Benedict Arnolds. Take the gloves off, and I mean all the way off. They want a sedition and overthrow a civil war. It's the president's duty to cut the head off this thing for the republic right now.
Talk show host is Alex Jones. He's a conspiracy theorist.
Radio talk show host Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
Radio talk show host and conspiracy theorist Alex Jones.
Deeply, I think, racist.
I just got called racist by MSNBC.
I don't want that man to have a gun.
1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms.
The Alex Jones Show. Watch the free stream live at Infowars.com/show.